Is Hot Girl Summer still happening this year?
How many carbs are in a White Claw?
If I squat every day, will I get a dump truck?
I'm Shai.
I'm Leah.
We are Two-Tone Training.
You're listening to Don't Tone Alone.
We're back by popular demand with some juicy questions. Some of you asked, some of you didn't care to answer. First of all, rude. But we've compiled a list of questions that we're gonna get to. We did an Instagram live not too long ago answering some of these, but I think it's good for those of you who don't pay attention to our live that we do it and bring it onto the podcast.
I couldn't agree more. Give the people what they want.
The answers.
They want the answers.
The behind the scenes. You were just saying, like, people kind of want to see that, like, unfiltered side to us. So I think it's good to be able to be so, like, candid and open on the podcast, and also trying to do a little bit more on the behind the scenes stories.
Yeah, we're working on it. So we took a poll. We said, ask us anything. We honestly thought that the questions might be a little bit juicier, but people kept it pretty PG. Wouldn't you agree? I was like, come on, guys.
But I think we can, like, fluff up all the answers. I think there's a lot to the answers, very dynamic. So I'm excited for this.
I'm really excited. All right. So
also, can we just address the elephant in the room that there are?
there's literally just sounded like an elephant in the room.
Yeah. Thank you.
Our videographer was like, boom, boom, boom.
Thank you for that, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
But what I was going to say is that we are the special guests.
I know.
Can you introduce me?
All right, I feel like we've done this in the past. I feel as though you just want compliments. The blonde baddie.
Thank you.
She's a little sweaty. Yeah. She's a little sweaty. She got some dry shampoo up in there, but she's still looking like a snack.
Oh, stop.
Still looking like a snack. Blonde baddie, social media expert.
I was going to say the same thing about you, though. I love this outfit. You've got, like, the shiny jacket. It's a similar vibe. Yours is just much more put together.
Oh, this is my roll out of bed look, a little bit like you're trying, but also, like, edgy. Did I nail it?
For sure. And I'm such a fan of just, like, the fact that, like, athleisure is, like, so on trend now. You can go wherever in sweatpants.
It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing that ever happened to any of us, that, like, leggings and sweats are the new, like, business casual.
Oh, for sure.
Throw out your blouses, people.
Okay, let's talk about styling a pair of sweats. I think we should just cover it, right? So if you have a pair of sweatpants, let's start with the basics.
If you have a pair of sweatpants.
Which I hope you do.
I
If not,
really
you're a
hope
serial
that
killer.
for you. I heard
what makes a good pair of sweatpants?
Wait, we need to go into that story about how my friend went on a first date, and she said that the guy was like, I have to tell you something really weird. I go to bed with the same clothes that I go throughout my day with. And she's like, well, what if you're wearing, like, jeans and, like, a belt and, like, slacks? He's like, yeah. I still go to bed in that.
I would literally not go on the date. Wait, he told her this on the date or?
On the date, yeah. And I was like, and you stayed? Like, that is
I feel
disgusting.
like you just, like, look up and down and you're like, oh,
like all
weird.
the germs. Okay. So he doesn't own a pair of sweatpants.
I feel like that's like people who, like, sleep on top of their comforter. You know what I mean? Like, you just, like, have to, like, sleep so that you don't get wrinkles.
It's just, it's all sorts of weird. So sweatpants. You got a pair of sweatpants. First of all, I feel like the bigger, the baggier, the better.
Agreed. I always order, like, a size or two up, so that way it's just, like, a little swaggier.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than tight sweatpants. Like, I definitely have a pair of them, and I just would never wear them.
Yeah, but you want to make sure, even with, like, a bit of the bagginess, that you're still able to show off your dump truck. Oh. Like, there's still room to show off
when
the
your
dump
ass
truck.
is so fat, it doesn't matter how baggy the sweatpants are.
Stitch it on a pillow. Stitch that on a pillow. All right, so you have the pair of sweatpants. Then what's next? I feel like maybe, like, a little cuff. You hated on the cuff for a while, Shai.
No, but I've circled around. I think that I'm here for the cuff. But then I think because the sweatpants are so loose that it's like you have to balance it out with something tight fitting on the top, right? So it's usually a crop top that goes with it.
You're reminding me of Shayna from
I am her. Like,
Love is Blind.
Like, can you do I'm so bad at impressions, but can you do the Shane impression?
Shoot, I just know that I'm like doing it right now.
Chomps.
He doesn't close his mouth. It's always open. Like, he's always just, like, smiling, and he has, like, too many teeth to fit in. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing just these cute bell bottoms and a crop top.
And a crop top.
And a crop top. Okay, and then with, like, an oversized jacket. Some kind of jacket.
Hailey
I usually
Bieber
try to
vibes.
go, like, one shoulder to,
yeah,
like,
a little seductive.
skin.
Yeah.
And then I like the hat with it. That's cute.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, so if you're wondering how to style
How to style
yeah, there we
sweatpants
go.
101. There you go.
All right, let's get into the questions.
Into the thick of it.
I tried to organize the questions so that we could have like a nice flow. You're welcome. I took
Thank
on the
you.
operations this time.
The admin.
Which usually that is actually one of the questions is kind of like what are the different roles in the business as
In the
far
biz.
as two-tone training, who takes over what, who is
I feel
the
like
genius.
you have a little chutzpah, like relax over there.
You know,
Tuts.
yeah, you're a little congested, baby. It's coming up onto me. I told you to keep your mic away.
So who does what? Shay, do you want to cover kind of what your role is?
I am the creative genius behind two-tone training. Any of the marketing madness that you see happen, no, that's me.
This is just like
Okay.
reminding me of resumes that are just like completely fluffed up.
Yeah, like
Like a front desk man, like the liaison of the epicenter of.
oh, I like that. The epicenter of it all. The glue, if you will, that holds this whole production together. Step in, stage left, Shay.
Okay.
But honestly, no, I do take over most of the creative stuff as far as just like posting on social media, any of like the brand side of things. That is, yeah, I feel like my specialty as far as like reaching out to brands, working with brand partnerships, collaborations, any kind of creative ideas.
Yeah. And I feel like you're even selling yourself short, to be honest. Like,
I know. I'm like, what else do I do?
No, but like working with these brands it's so interesting, like to be the influencer and then to be on the business end of it. Like I guess a lot of influencers have now people that make those deals for them. And I feel like we do it all just because we're still growing. So just having the wherewithal to be like, okay, like this is what they want to see. These are the deliverables. This is like the direction we want to go in. And I feel like you're really good at getting down to the nitty gritty details of those partnerships.
No, it is. I mean, definitely becomes easier as you do it. And it's definitely a cool perspective to have that experience as an influencer and then also on the brand side of things. Because I mean, I deal with that in my full-time job, seeing kind of some of these proposals come through. So I think that definitely gives us a heads up as far as working in kind of the branding space.
Yeah. And then like with videos, all of our content, like you do all of the edits.
Which is funny. What I'm really excited about. We're bringing on a video intern this
He
week.
has a drone.
He has a freaking drone. He said, I have a drone, and I was like, sold.
So I know you called me after you had to do the interview without me. And you're like, we're hiring him because he has a drone.
Oh, he's amazing. And we haven't even met him in person yet. This Saturday, it's going down. So
I'm
we'll
nervous.
keep you guys posted.
Yeah.
And then, okay, as far as what you take over.
I feel like I'm like, we always say this, like I'm the operations manager. Like we have a meeting then. This is like the email that needs to get sent out. This is the order that needs to get sent out. Maybe I'm more on like the manual labor side of things too.
Yeah,
like
making
the
sure
mats
everything's
need to
like
get packed
charged.
up. Everything's charged. The lights, guys, LED lights, they die quickly. All right. All right. They need to be charged.
Definitely like the logistics behind things. I think you're selling yourself short too. And like having like insurance, having waivers, like kind of like figuring out like how you're actually going to execute on these events. Like I'll be like, okay, this is happening. Also, you take a lot of the lead on as far as like podcasting and scheduling guests and making sure that's kind of like all in place and organized because your girl, the organization doesn't
I think
come naturally.
Yeah. I mean, I think that people are just like, are always surprised to know that we do have full-time jobs on top of two-tone.
Yeah, that was another question that we got a few of you
Yeah.
on, and that is like, do you guys have full-time jobs? And the answer is yes.
Very much yes.
So some days are just like marathon days. Like I wake up at 4 a.m., we teach, and then like it's a full day of work. And then at night we're doing two-tone stuff. We're teaching virtually.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times like working on presentations or answering emails. So these are really long days.
These are really, really long days. No, I think we can like even talk them through today. So today is like my day off from my full-time job. So wake up, Shay taught in the morning. She taught a double. And then we meet at the podcast studio. We'll go home. We'll send out emails. We'll make sure that like all of our loose ends are tied tonight. And then Shay is working at her full-time job. And then tonight.
And then in between that, we have like meetings.
We
with,
have
like,
a
some of our
call.
sponsors. Like,
Yeah. And then at night we'll record our virtual content and then you have like another class and then I'm going to come and like kind of assist with some of our like partnership stuff. And it's just, it doesn't end. And, you know, it is sometimes crazy when I say it out loud what our schedules are, but we both are so passionate and determined to turn this into something even more than what it is. So to us, it's like, you know what, it's worth it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it, like some of it is stress, but then I think a lot of it is stuff that we just like truly enjoy. And like, yeah, the tedious stuff, like charging the mats, like of course that's not friggin' fun. But I think just like seeing the bigger picture and being able to take a look back at just like how far we've come, which is really, really cool. And I'm think Sue on our episode that drops today actually while we're recording, she talked about, she was like, you definitely, like, she had us do this exercise. She's also our business coach, and she had us do this exercise as far as just like listing out partnerships that we've had and things that we've done and events, and it was just cool. So I think that's a good exercise for anyone who's like trying to build something, and when you're at that point where you're starting to get discouraged, being able to kind of take a step back, write what you've done, and it's definitely, I don't know, a good moment.
It was a good moment. So I guess one person asked, like, how do you balance work life and being sisters? So yeah, we are business partners, we are sisters, we are best friends, and we are roommates too.
But we're not twins, so that was a lot of
question. Yeah.
2 years apart.
2 years apart. I'm 25. Shay is 27. Spill the beans. We're both summer babies.
Yes, right. Our whole family, I don't know if we've ever talked about this before, but our mom is April, our dad is March, my mom is April, our brother Chad is May, I'm June, and Leah's July birthday.
Like month after month after month, just party.
The party don't stop.
Weird fun fact. But yeah, no, we get that question a lot, and oh my God, I can't believe you guys hang out. Like, don't you work together all the time? But we really do try to separate it. We try to keep business as business. And then when we're out, separating that and saying, okay, we're not talking about two-toned right now. Let's talk about like fun stuff, relationships, friendships, whatever. That way, like, you're really not mixing and matching.
Yeah, I think it becomes hard, especially like at night. And I think also having just like that mutual respect for each other, especially that we both have full-time jobs, and kind of like knowing when you're like, okay, like I'm tapping out for the night and I really don't have the brain capacity for this right now, and just being like, okay, I get it. And we both kind of take turns doing that.
Yeah, no, and I think it's honestly, our business relationship has helped our sister relationship too, just because, I don't know, when you see someone like in that environment, that business environment, like, I don't know, you just have like a next level of respect for them. And especially when you're putting all your hopes and dreams like into a common goal together, it just like the bond just strengthens. And like, yeah, we have our moments where we get annoyed, but we have our little, we call it our 5-minute like bitch fit, like have your little BF and then get over it and we'll move on.
Yeah, and we honestly don't fight often. Like, I feel like we'll get in tiffs, but we like squash it pretty fast. Like, I think we're good. Like, we'll maybe take a little space, and then we're kind of like, all right, like this is what it upset me. But I think always coming back to like, you have so much respect for the other person that it's just like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. We're good. We're pretty good at confronting things head on.
But although we're talking about all the good stuff, what is your biggest pet peeve about me?
I guess I'll say at the moment, it's Shay does this thing where I'll ask her a question.
I know what you're going to say.
She goes to answer it. She'll say like 2 words.
She'll ask me while I'm like mid-email or like literally on a phone call. And I'm
well, there's not much time where you're not doing that. So like, I got to ask my questions. And she'll be like, I'm like, you know what? Just say 1 minute and then get back to me after. Do not leave me saying, like, starting to answer the question. Literally the worst. Stop
like
doing that. Stop.
It's like filling space while I'm like trying to think.
Don't fill space. I don't need you to fill the space. Like, I can fill it myself. Just say, I'll get back to you in a moment. I'm busy.
All right. That's fair. I'll take it.
All right. What's yours?
Biggest one of you.
I'm perfect. Sorry.
Perfect. No, I feel like sometimes you like don't listen like all day. Like I'll like bring up things and you're like, what? And I'm like, did you just like not think that through? Or clearly you didn't hear me. And sometimes when we teach, this happens sometimes too. I'll be like, okay, like we're doing this on the right side. And then Leah will be like, and right after she'll say, and we're alternating. And I'm like, are we teaching this together? Or is this a one woman show over there?
I literally have this like superpower where I can just black out when someone's talking. Like, does anyone else do that? It's like the name thing. When you're saying your name and you're so focused on saying your name that you forget to listen to the other person. I do that like throughout my life, and it's a problem.
Oh my God, speaking of blacking out, let's talk about how you sleep. That's also just like not a pet peeve, but it's just like really interesting to me. Like, I can't make, like, God forbid, I like drop my phone. I think I was making iced coffee this morning, and like you heard like an ice cube, and you're like, can you quiet down? And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, when you wake up in the morning, it's like stomping around. Like,
5
yeah.
I'm such a particular sleeper, guys. Like, please tell me other people can relate. I need the white noise machine. I need the fan. I need blackout curtains. I need an eye mask. Like, it's so bad. I can't be bothered.
Oh my God, I don't know how you're ever going to be married and like share a bed with someone.
I'm going to be like, you moved.
Yeah, I think maybe that's relationships don't last too long. You're just like, I just would rather sleep alone.
I would just, I need
That's how you'll know you found the one though, when you're like,
when I'm like, you know what?
I'll share my bed.
I'll
with
share
you.
my bed. It's okay. But there's some light and there's some noise.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Next question.
How did we start this?
How we built this. I think most people know the answer to that.
We did a whole podcast on it if you're really interested in learning more. But I guess quick answer is that
we had talked about in the past, like starting something, because Shay and I were both in the fitness space for a few years. And I would say the January event in LA, when you brought me on, you were working for Alala at the time, and they had you bring on someone else to help you out. And that's when you were living in New York City still. I was in Boston, and we got to spend a few days together working on the other end of the influencer stuff. And we looked at each other and we're like, why don't we do this for ourselves?
Yeah, no, I think that was definitely an aha moment. So when things came like crashing down as far as like going through a bad breakup, getting furloughed from my job, and having to leave New York City, Leah and I both found ourselves quarantined at home, and we started doing these like Zoom workouts with some close family and friends who were just kind of looking to stay healthy and active during the pandemic. So it started to spread by like word of mouth, and we definitely started to realize that domino effect, and we're like, okay, like I think we're onto something. So that was like really cool to have our first like Instagram page and like start doing lives. And I remember like just like begging brand sponsors to like,
Literally,
do you want to collab? And they're like, you have literally one follower, and I can tell it's your mom because of the same last name.
Fit Fine Wine.
Fit Fine Wine. Oh, we were watching that video the other day, and it's just like so funny. Also, we're like toothpicks in that video.
I know.
Like
I know.
tossing the bottle of wine back and forth.
So
it was a little
cringe. A little cringe. We can look back and we can be like, okay, that was cringe. But
thank you guys for bearing with us.
I don't know. We weren't afraid to like get the no's either. And I think that's why a lot of people don't start to do this. And the quote, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Like, people need to live their lives like that. And I think you and I are both just like motivated and crazy enough that we're like, you know what, let's see where this thing goes. We'll ask. And if they say no, hey, we're in the same place that we were before.
Yeah. So shout out to Fit Fine Wine for really believing in us and still
Love your
sending us
Cabernet.
wine. It's a hit. Another question was, have you always been into fitness?
Yeah. I mean, I would say fitness was always an aspect of my life, just growing up playing sports. It's funny now because we had Karen Lembo, who was like, when did this like shift happen where like in gym class before I was like playing kickball, and now all of a sudden people are learning to do squats and lunges and things like that.
Yeah.
So we didn't always like grow up around it, but like being in sports, I think I was like, it was always a part of my life. How about you?
Well, and I think like Dad is so like in the fitness scene too. He works in the health and wellness space. So I think we've just like always been around it. So like I just remember like even like 2 years old, like having her training wheels taken off and like being on the softball teams. And obviously Leo is definitely the much more athletic one. I was the bench warmer, but I definitely always
had a great outfit.
Showed up, showed out, crop topped my outfit. But no, I think I definitely gravitated more towards like dance. But I think as the end of my like senior year, I definitely like started to put on a lot of weight, and that was definitely something I like always dealt with. And
yeah,
I think when I started to like slowly start to lose weight, and it like honestly wasn't on purpose. I think I moved to New York and I started like we're walking so much, and then like I just feel like I started to like lose a little bit of weight and like start to feel better. And I mean, it was hard going to the Fashion Institute, and you're looking around and all these girls are like sticks
Yeah.
and toothpicks, and they're wearing these designer outfits and crop tops. And a big thing too in New York City is like the nightlife, right? And like that is so image based.
it's
like
so
you
shallow,
would
yeah.
wait in line, and like the bouncer would like look you guys up and down, and it was kind of like, all right, the hottest girl is front of the line. And
Yeah.
I think that was just kind of like a moment where I was like, did not feel my best. And
Yeah.
I think that's what maybe like sparked it a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think there's like a difference too between like changing to get into the club, but I think like what's most important there is that you didn't feel good in your own skin. Like it
Right.
wasn't necessarily about getting in the club. It was like, I don't feel comfortable like the way I am right now, and I want to do something about it.
Yeah, and I think just like the slight shifts too, and just like starting to feel better. And once I started my full-time like corporate, I definitely started taking like classes, like group fitness classes in college, and was dancing and had dance club. But then when I got out of college, I definitely got more into it and started joining ClassPass and taking all these group fitness classes. And that's when I really started to like feel myself like getting stronger. And that, I think, for anyone who's gotten into fitness, like that's an addicting feeling.
Oh yeah. And I think it's really cool too. We talk about how like maybe I was a more like natural athlete. You were whatever, not as athletically gifted, let's say, but like
rude.
I mean, I tried to say it in the nicest way possible. You should see this girl's jump shot.
Wait, what do they call it at college?
Oh, NARP, non-athletic regular person. She was a NARP. She was a NARP trying to be a athlete.
Whatever.
It's fine. But it's cool how it's transitioned now, because I think before that maybe put a little bit of tension in our relationship, because you're like, what? Like, dad, what? Likes you more because you can swing a baseball bat or whatever?
Which he does.
Kurt. And now it's such a cool part where like, because you have that more like creative artsy side, it is such like a benefit for our business.
Yeah, no, and I think that comes into our training style too. Like I feel like we do the things where it's like the shuffles and like some of those like drills that's like very like into like plays into like Leah's strengths. And then we definitely, I think Leah's even come around to it, those crazy combo movements, like definitely tapping into the dance background. And I think that's what makes like the two-tone training style like so kind of unique. And I think it's also interesting is like a lot of our classes are pretty split down the middle as far as like guys and girls. And a lot of coaches in the past have like tried to be like, gear your stuff more towards girls. And yeah, like maybe they gravitate towards us for like style and stuff like that. But it's kind of fun and almost like a interesting vibe in these group fitness classes to feel like you're like, no matter who you are, what level you're at, what gender you are,
We're
like,
going to challenge you.
We're going to challenge you.
I love that. I love that for us. I love that dynamic.
So speaking of an exciting workout, another one of the questions is, what is the most exciting thing that two-tone training has done?
Gosh, you go first.
Okay, hands down, Wadapalooza.
Yeah.
That was just so freaking epic. Like the fact that we got asked to host our podcast at a live stage in Miami, I think that was like one of our first big like work quote unquote trips. And it was just pretty surreal getting to like interview all these like incredible athletes and I don't know, just be like somewhat recognized in this space. And obviously I think we have a long way to go, but I do feel like we made a lot of great memories, connections, and kind of steps in the right direction.
No, that was a highlight for sure. I would say Boston Fitness Fest was a highlight too.
Oh, shout out.
Shout out. We put so much work into that. And like the organization that it took to get all those brands together, people, instructors. I just think like, yeah, there's always room to grow and room for improvement. But the fact that we pulled that off, obviously with the help of Dope Entertainment,
Whoop, whoop.
whoop, whoop, and, you know, all the brands that were involved, but like the fact that we pulled that off is pretty amazing.
And that being said, like obviously I think we learned a lot from it too, but we pulled out in the middle of COVID and like
oh my God.
we like hustled to get some of those numbers up, and like it definitely was like in the thick of it where people were just like the mask mandate was coming back and it was tough. So I'm excited to possibly revisit it this year, which will be really cool to kind of like bring it back and
Bring it back. Bring it back. All right. Next question. Who are some of your favorite influencers to follow?
Favorite influencers?
Aubrey Winters.
Aubrey Winters. She just like, she's more like a dancey vibe. She doesn't do like the crazy heavy weights, but she's just like content queen. I love to watch her stuff. I think she's like nails the reels.
Yeah.
KK Fit, we talk about them a lot. They're also sisters. I would like die to meet them. Someone on my work team used to work for Gymshark, and I'm always like asking him about them. I was like, did you love them? Like, could you intro me? And like, I feel like the relationship wasn't like close enough for that intro to happen, but like
It'll happen.
It'll happen one day, and I know it. I would die to meet them.
Yeah. Who else? Who else do we love?
Whitney Simmons.
Danielle Wilson, athlete. That girl's an athlete.
Yeah, some of her moves are cray cray. I also really love. This is bad. I don't really know her first name. It's so funny. Some people I only know by their Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Nourish Move Love. She is a little bit older. Older than us, but her moves are just like really cool, dynamic. She like breaks things apart, and I don't know. I really like to look at her for some like workout inspo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It's good. Like, it's cool that the fitness space is like a lot of women cheering each other on, you know, like appreciating
now I have
each
some
other.
favorite people to follow on TikTok too. I don't know her last name, but her first name is Gabby. And if you guys are on TikTok, you probably know who
She's
I'm
like,
talking
just
about.
follow Gabby.
She wears like the craziest outfits, and it just gives me like
Inspo.
send vibes. But speaking of clothing, we did get this question.
Yes.
Who has the better style?
You're grinning ear to ear right now. I've come a long way.
No, well, I'm gonna say I feel like I've influenced your style, so I don't even know.
Did you influence me?
I think I did.
Hashtag influenced.
Hashtag influenced. I forgot that was funny. You like messaged me the other day when I posted on the story.
Literally, I was geeking out because you posted something. I was like, oh my God, I love your top. I love your eyebrows. Where did you get that? I was like, this is weird.
Same vibe.
Yeah.
People are also asking if we like share clothes.
Yeah. I mean, Shai has a walk-in closet.
Yeah, that's my pride and joy.
So aggressive. I have a lot of clothes too.
No, yeah, it's busting at the seams, and like Leah's room is like a little bit smaller and definitely doesn't have as much like space. So like she has to do her clean out probably like every month.
We do, yeah. We do a monthly clean out, and then 1 month later, I'm like, yep, my drawers are broken again.
Yeah, no, it's definitely deciding like what you want to keep, what to get rid of, especially with our activewear. Like
I know, and you know what we said to each other? We leveled each other up. We're like, first of all, we're only allowed to buy stuff that we love.
Right.
And
Number one.
And like high end stuff that's gonna last. No more. I'm sorry, I love H&M, but no more.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think just with the amount of stuff in my closet, I do love. Actually, I'm gonna save this for later because I know it's a question. So.
Okay.
Next.
And next, let's see. So I guess we're gonna turn this a little bit romantic.
Set the mood.
Set the mood, light the candles. Non-negotiables when dating. Shai, what are yours?
Oh God. Non-negotiables when it comes to dating. I think they definitely got to be someone ambitious. I think that's just like a big turn on as far as just like someone who's like goal-oriented, family-oriented for sure. Someone who just like values not only like their family, but their friendships too. Definitely someone who is like lives a healthy and active lifestyle.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've talked about this before. Like anyone who is into fitness has those characteristics: discipline, motivation, and they just care. And then for me too, like just I don't care what you're into as long as it's something. As long as you have your own passions.
You love polishing silverware.
Then polish that silverware till it's freaking the shiniest.
Right.
The shiniest. But you need to be into something. You need to have your own passions. Like there's nothing less attractive than someone that's just either like riding your coattails or like up your butt all the time. Like, what are you doing? Can I come here? Where are you going? Like, do you? Like, it's so sexy to me if you're like, you know what? I'm actually doing my thing tonight. I have this for work. I have this with my friends. Like, damn, that's hot.
Right, but then also making that time for each other, of course, and like, I don't know, I think always keeping the relationship fresh and
I'm like, I actually just don't want to see you ever.
Yeah, Leah's like, it's really hot if you just like never text me, never call me, never.
I'm getting turned on over here that you just like didn't text me for hours.
So if you're trying to slide into Leah's DMs, the best way to get noticed is to just ignore her. Probably mute her story.
I'm dead. Oh my God.
Dude, you are the more intimidating one, I think.
For sure. I have a little bit of a RBF problem.
That's fair. Which comes to our next question. Which sister is stronger?
Me.
No. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, Leah might be a little stronger at a
I mean, we have different strengths. I would say my upper body is probably stronger and your lower body maybe.
Yeah.
Like you could probably squat more than me.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as, like a bench, then probably Leah.
I appreciate you saying that.
But it's funny, we don't really get to work out together that much anymore after just like with your new hours and stuff. We really only get to work out together when we're like teaching, so we're not necessarily like benching or like hitting the squat rack together anymore. So
miss those days.
It's been a minute, so we'll have to do like a full out challenge.
Yeah, the glory days. Yeah, we'll see who's stronger, who's fitter.
Oh God. All right, start training now.
Okay, so we got some other questions geared more towards like fitness, health, and wellness tips. Someone said, if I can only go to the gym 3 times a week, what should I be doing? I think if you only have 3 times to go to the gym, doing a full body routine is probably the best. I always say strength training, resistance training, getting some weight in there, but full body. Like if you only have, 3 days, you don't want to be doing upper body, lower body, and then like core.
Yeah, 3 days later, core.
Yeah.
I think we also broke this down if you're looking for another good podcast. We talked about this with WOD Prep, where like if you have 45 minutes in the gym, what would you do? And he definitely was one that like kind of leaned into this whole idea of like full body workout. You don't really need to go crazy into the splits unless you're someone who's really intensely training and kind of wanting to do that more at a higher level. But if you're someone who's like, I want to stay healthy, I want to stay active, but that's not my passion, that's not my sole focus, like totally get that. 45 minutes, you can still do a lot in the gym and hit that full body, doing some, I think splitting it up, doing like some strength training, but then also getting a little bit of cardio in there too.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then also on that same note, they were kind of saying, okay, I could only go 3 days. Can I really make progress? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes, you can make progress. What are you doing when you're not at the gym? Well, how are you eating? Are you sleeping? Are you drinking all the time? Like, okay, you can only go 3 days. That's fine. But it's all the other habits that you need to think about and that you need to take a stern look in the mirror and say like, okay, what else am I doing that is either helping or hurting me?
Right. And I think one of the biggest like kind of flags we get a lot is like alcohol and like how do I stay social and kind of balance it with like also training hard and like whatever. And it's kind of just like making those choices, right? Deciding when to splurge, when to pull back. And I think Lee and I like aren't like would rather eat our calories than drink them.
Yeah,
to be honest. Like, but maybe that's not everyone, and maybe someone would prefer a nice cocktail after like a long week. And like power to you. It's just like making those decisions that are going to best serve you.
Exactly. And also like with drinking, like drinking affects your sleep. It affects the food choices you make. So just kind of like being aware of those things and picking and choosing where you want to splurge, where you want to hold back.
What about for you? What are like when you decide to where to splurge and where to pull back? I mean, we talked about like pulling back a little bit as far as just like alcohol, because that isn't a huge priority for us, but like where are you splurging?
I think for me, like it's easier for me when I'm on like a work schedule of like, I mean, we have shout out Tough Cookies. We have our meal prep meals during the week. Like it's pretty easy for me to stay on track, but also we have like a little treat each and every day. So that helps too, because a lot of mistakes I see is you're being so restrictive and then you get to Friday and then all of a sudden you're going balls to the wall with your food and drink intake. Right. So for me, just like having that balance through the week, like I see a chocolate bar. Okay, I'll have like a quarter of the chocolate bar and I'll be like, okay, that like curbed my craving. Cool. Amazing. Like, let me move on.
Oh, yeah. No, just deciding where to splurge. One of the things that we also got asked is we posted a little sneak peek of it, our grocery haul. People are like, what is in the grocery haul? They want to know. As much as I love Trader Joe's, I can't get to Trader Joe's all the time. And usually, speaking of different parts of the business, I usually do the grocery shopping.
I work on Sundays. So yes, Shay does the shopping.
Okay, we have 3 things that you are like must be in your cart as far as like
in my
Grocery
cart.
day. Yeah. Add to cart.
Okay, add to cart. Yogurt. I think people would be really surprised to hear this.
We buy gallons and gallons.
Our
of
Greek
You would
yogurt
think we're
consumption.
feeding a family.
Our Greek yogurt consumption is comical. That's like our little treat at the end of the night. Like people are gonna think we're so weird, but yeah, Greek yogurt, maybe some like honey and granola, some dark chocolate chips, like that just really brings it home.
Our next question, so we'll go back to the grocery haul. So
Okay.
that we can kind of like emphasize this out. Is like people were asking like favorite nighttime snack, and this is it.
Yeah.
Listen up, people. All right, so our sweet tooth is definitely kind of satisfied by this concoction, and people are usually horrified when they come over and we offer them this. They're like, "I'm sorry, what?
What are you giving me?
The amount of looks we've gotten from people are like, I don't know. I feel like we've gone on like dates before and like offered them the yogurt thing at the end of the day. They're like,
Yeah, I'm actually all set with you. Yeah, so we'll usually do Greek yogurt. Sometimes we'll mix in some protein powder because
I guess a little flavor, because you want to get the plain Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
Like the non-fat plain Greek yogurt, because you don't realize how much like added sugar is in
yeah.
like the flavoring and like the vanilla one.
Right. So you get the plain Greek yogurt and then maybe do like a half a scoop, maybe a full scoop if you're feeling a little frisky.
Yeah, and you didn't get your protein in that day.
Yeah.
Boom, gains.
Gains. We do our first form. I love the vegan one, the iced oatmeal cookie.
Oh, shout out.
Woo. And we pour it in there, stir it on up, and then like I said, maybe some dark chocolate chips,
Some Cheerios sometimes.
some Cheerios for that texture.
Oh my, this is so funny. When we go to our parents, like usually on like Sunday night, and we just like are savages. Like we go in there and we start mixing and like, and whereas my mom will like have like a piece of challah and a banana and like call that her meal, like we have
Tell
to
me
have,
you're Jewish without telling me you're Jewish.
like,
A piece of challah.
I just like am thinking that because she came over and I was like, "What'd you bring for lunch?" And she was like, "I brought challah." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I'm gonna have like a salmon quinoa bowl, but okay."
But you have your challah.
Yeah, I was like, "You want like protein with that?" You want to make a sandwich? I don't know.
No, just the challah is
Yeah,
good. And
it's
the
good.
banana.
Oh yeah, I was like, you're a fruit and veggie fix. So Karen.
Oh, Karen. But yeah, so that's a concoction. That's a sweet tooth concoction. If you're less of a sweets person, like popcorn is great. Popcorn is a great late night snack. Usually pretty like low in calories for the amount that you can eat. So that's nice if you're someone that just like wants that
Like volume.
satisfaction and that volume of like putting your hand in, eating
Love that feeling. There are not many feelings greater than that.
And then just being able to go like no restrictions, like balls to the wall. I got a whole bowl of cereal and I'm finishing every last bite.
Oh yeah, no, I love that. Definitely volume meters over here.
Okay, so back to the grocery haul.
Okay.
So I said yogurt. What else?
I think just like staples when you're like trying to stay on track. I feel like there's always like some kind of like chicken, just like in our cart. Spinach, egg whites too.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're sounding like such bros, and egg whites.
And gains. Veggies.
Guys,
We like to make.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this right here. If I am going to Trader Joe's, there's one thing that I will always get in my cart.
When God forbid, the day comes that Shay is buried before me, you best believe I'm putting this in her grave.
Oh my god, the chili lime rolled tortilla things from Trader Joe's, life changing.
Because they sell like the seasoning, the chili lime seasoning, and it's literally that in a chip.
Yeah, like name something better. I don't think I could.
Shay always gets it.
Sex is great, but the chili lime
chips really hit different for me. I was like, Shay, didn't you get the chili lime chips this week? And she goes, yep. And I go, well, where are they? 3 days in, gone.
Yeah, I need to
That was
start like
cute.
hiding them from you so you don't know that I actually went to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, but definitely like veggies, protein, and something we've really learned and taken away is the easier, the simpler, the better. If you are on the go, if you are just lazy and don't freaking feel like cooking.
Right. I think we've like leaned in lately a lot to like the pre-made stuff and like just being conscious of like, obviously I think there's like some added stuff in there that you might not want to.
Right,
Obviously
right.
cooking it from the original source is better, but I think like even just like the frozen grilled chicken strips and stuff like that is a good thing.
Convenience.
Yep. Key.
keep you on track. Okay, I think we're both gonna have the same answer for this, but just like as far as just like drinking, like what is kind of like the drink of choice?
Drink of choice is tequila, soda, muddled jalapenos.
Okay, I thought you were
and
gonna like
lime
say a
juice.
skinny spicy marg, but I guess you can kind of.
Oh yeah, I really a skinny spicy margarita essentially.
Where's the best place to go in Boston for it?
It used to be one of our favorite drinks. Used to be, where was that place near us?
Oh,
Besito.
I know, but they closed.
Yeah,
so
it's so
now-
rude.
Maybe like Lolita.
Lolita has a really good one.
They have like a cucumber one that's pretty good.
Marielle's has like a pretty good spicy tequila drink. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, next time when you're in Boston. Also, I think a Loco has one too.
Ooh, yeah. Loco has some good tequila. I think it's called like Ghost or something.
Oh, here for it. All right. So, what did we not cover yet?
I think, was that all the questions? Oh, you know what? I think Summer's coming.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about summer a little bit before we wrap this up.
Yeah, summer is coming, and we had someone write in kind of saying like, I'm a little self-conscious. I am constantly surrounded by friends that are thinner than me, and I hate going to the beach with them. I hate taking photos with them. Shay, what do you say to that?
I don't know. I just think a lot of people, like, if you say, "Oh, I feel so confident in a bikini," like, you are far and few between. I don't know many people that can go and feel like $1,000,000. Like, I think we're all like our harshest critics, and I think that's something to like always remember, is that you are your harshest critic. And I think the most attractive thing that you can wear, we talk about this in a relationship, but even with yourself, is just like confidence. Like, confidence is key, and wear that bathing suit that makes you feel good. And I don't know, like, yeah, if you don't feel confident in the bikini, who's to say you have to wear that? Like, I feel like a lot of one pieces are really trendy right now, and just find what makes you feel good. And I think there are also so many like cute like cover ups and things like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, take the picture where you feel good, and don't be afraid to not when you don't. And
Yeah,
I don't know, live your truth.
live your truth. Yeah, wear that confidence proud. I like what you
Also,
said.
as far as just like feeling confident, here are some of my tips for summer. I am a pasty ghost. So a little,
Call a spade a spade.
yeah, a little self tanner I feel like goes a long way.
Yeah.
It just like makes you feel good. Like, just, I don't know, doing those things, like getting my nails done makes me feel good. And I don't know, just like looking your best, you know?
Looking, feeling your best. It's what it comes down to.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. We're gonna kind of end with we'll say 3, 2, 1, and you'll kind of like give our answer on just these topics. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like we'll have a lot of the same answers. So
Yeah.
I'm already looking at these questions.
Yeah.
All right. One topping on a pizza. What would it be? 3, 2, 1.
Buffalo
chicken. Okay. Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep. With like some banana peppers.
Yeah,
I feel like even like pineapple, like a
for
almost
sure.
like a Hawaiian vibe on the buffalo chicken. Yeah. Love that.
Okay. Want to do that later?
That'd be great. Thank you. I'm like hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
Same. All right.
Must have condiment. 3, 2, 1.
Hot sauce.
Okay.
Frank's. Tabasco.
I'm open. Oh my god, do you know what?
I'm open.
The one from Trader Joe's that's orange, you know what I'm talking about, the little one. I like always mess up when I put that on because
It's so hot.
it's
Is that
so
like the
pink.
mango habanero one?
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes it like just like ruins the whole meal. Like, I was taking a work meeting and I had it like in between. I had like 2 minutes to eat. I was like,
Your lips are like
yeah,
purple.
purple, snot rocketing. Like, really, that's what you should have, honestly. Is that now that you're so nasally?
I just need to clear the sinuses. Perfect. Okay. Favorite online place to shop?
3, 2, 1.
Bandier.
Oh, okay. Bandier's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you know I used to intern for them? Fun fact.
I did not know that. Do I even know you?
Yeah,
Who are
know
you?
me. That was like my first like internship in the like active wear kind of like realm. I remember like messaging this girl on LinkedIn, and that's another thing, like taking that extra step too. Like when you're like on the job hunt, or like that's what kind of like separates some of these like entrepreneurs, right? It's like you are taking that extra step. You're not just like, oh, the job's not available online, so like no.
Yeah.
shot. No. You make that job available.
You make that
You
job.
will hire me whether you like it or not.
You create those opportunities, honey.
Exactly. Like that's why we send these brands like these pitch decks. And we're like, the thing you did not know your brand was missing, boom, right there. Two-tone trading.
Two-tone trading. Enter stage left. What's up?
Have you heard of LED Bootcamp?
Confidence. It's back to the confidence. Own it. You don't want us? Your loss.
Your loss.
Thank you. Next. All right. Favorite store?
So like in store. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into it.
Yeah. 3,
3,
2, 1. Zara.
Honestly though, lately I'm like, I kind of knew we were both gonna say the same answer there, but the line's there.
The
Like,
line is insane.
Like, I have gone in there so many times. This happens all the time. As I walk in, I find like something that I really like. I'm excited to check out, and then I look at the line, and it's like 10 miles long, wraps around the whole mall, and I'm like, okay,
That's
don't.
like selfie.
And then
that's
you're, like, looking at it, and you're like, I don't like it that
Yeah,
much.
that's Southie in Boston. Do I really want to get into that bar? just so I can get into that bar and say I got into Capo and Lincoln.
Oh my God, this past weekend when it was like a really nice day out, I was looking at the line for Cisco and I was like, the fact that this line,
ridiculous.
It had to be at least 3.5
People,
hours.
find somewhere else. Like, you literally just want to go, and then you'll find my ass at Cisco real soon. But I'm going to just say this. Like, find somewhere else. Realistically, you're just going to talk to the people that you've been talking to. So why do you have to go to Cisco? To say you went to Cisco?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're definitely just
Fires me
a
up.
money pit.
Yeah.
We should send them a brand pitch after this.
All right, next one.
Okay, must have a supplement. Okay, we love our first form supplement, so you only get one.
Okay.
3,
2, 1. Protein powder. Yeah. I mean,
which one? The oatmeal cookie one?
I like the oatmeal cookie one. How about you?
I like the oatmeal cookie one, but I feel like if I was like to tell one person to like just get one type of protein,
Yeah.
I would say go for the formula one versus like the level one, because that's like what you would have right after a workout. It's really easily digestible, and it is the one time that like a supplement is better than a whole food.
Yeah.
So pro tip for you out there. Favorite going out spot in Boston? 3, 2, 1.
Mario.
Oh, I was gonna say Yvonne's.
Yeah.
Mario's really cool, but like the food there like kind of sucks.
You need to eat a meal before
Yeah,
you go.
like we went for my birthday and it was such a vibe and so cool. But yeah, I was like starving after, and I feel like the bill was like insane.
Yeah. I will say, like, as we've gotten older, at the ripe age of 25 and 27, going out to a bar is much less appealing than like going out to dinner and having a drink and then maybe like going up to the bar after, you know, like that's a vibe.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like Boston has like some places like that, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know it as much.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
need
know.
more.
Dope Entertainment is the nightlife guy, so
Yeah. Well,
he's
we'll ask
here for
him.
the rec,
Yeah.
All right, and our last thing was favorite cocktail, which we already answered. The
Yeah.
spicy skinny margarita for the win.
For the win. Guys, we're just so excited for summer. It's going to be a hot girl summer. Can we all agree it's going to be a hot girl summer? Wear your confidence, wear it proud, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going. Boston, we taking over.
Taking over. What is it? Where is it going down? M Street Beach. Isn't that beach kind of wrapped it?
M Street Beach. Tell me you're from New York City without telling me you're from.
All right, guys. Well, this has been great. We will see you in the Tone Zone. Lots of exciting stuff happening. We're working really hard on kind of getting our virtual platform back up and running. Some outdoor boot camps to look forward to.
Woo!
So definitely keep an eye out on our website. We're going to be doing a little bit of a revamp. So definitely, if you don't already, check out our story, our website, twotonetraining.com. Follow us at Two Tone Training. And Leah, let's close this out.
You can tone from home,
You can tone from your phone.
but all we ask is that you don't tone alone. Bye, guys.